Cryptocurrency mining is a fad that has come in waves. In any case, two things are very important for this: cheap electricity and solid, durable power supply units. We wanted to put our flagship systems to the test, so we assembled a mining PC and went to town on it.
Perhaps it looks like a tangled mess of cables, but it is actually quite a computational powerhouse. The ASRock H110 Pro BTC Plus offers 13 PCIe slots, and we have filled 8 of these with AMD graphic cards of different ages. 4 slots with Radeon R9 390 cards, 2 with R9 Fury, and the remaining 2 with RX 480 systems. In order to conserve a bit of energy, we chose a Core i3 7300T CPU with 3.5 GHz, as its task is merely to manage the graphics card communication. The principal task of decrypting is taken care of by the 8 GPUs, which we connected in a bespoke wooden frame. The whole installation required on average a whopping 1900 watts of power, which we deliver with 2 of our Dark Power Pro 11 power supplies, the 1000 and 1200 watt models respectively. In order for the motherboard to be able to make use of both power supplies, a 12 volt relay had to be interconnected and of course also powered up. The wiring was a piece of cake thanks to the many outlets our Dark Power Pro 11 power supplies offer. Each graphics card was powered using a 6 or 8 pole connector, and each PCI Express riser card with a dedicated SATA or PCIe cable. In order to simplify the process and not waste any time with power distribution across different rails, we switched both power supplies into single rail mode using the overclocking key. After activating the beast, we measured a cool 55 to 62 degrees Celsius on the outside of the power supplies, running at constant load, while the voltage transformers on the R9 390 climbed to 106.8 degrees Celsius. By using what are known as current probes, we were able to precisely measure the load distribution in amperes that was running through the cables. By so doing, we determined that the R9 390 cards drew between 98.4 and 105.9 watts from the PCI Express slot, even though Intel's specifications limit this to 75 watts. The RX 480 cards were also quite hungry and drew 88 watts per slot, more than they are allowed to, while discharging surplus amounts of energy over the graphics card's direct power connection. Despite the excessive strain, we were able to really put our construction to the test. Our flagship 1200 watt model was able to power 5 AMD graphics cards single-handedly over several days, during which we measured power input peaks of up to 1300 watts. But of course, we weren't able to make any profit from decryption with these old graphics cards. Considering the cost of electricity in Germany, decrypting Ethereum made us a negative 17 cents per hour. And that's not even factoring in the cost of the hardware. But still, our little experiment was quite the success for us, because it showed that there is really nothing our Dark Power Pro 11 power supplies can't handle.